While the cause of Prince's death has not been determined, reports that he suffered from an opioid addiction have put a spotlight on an epidemic in our state. Last year, there were 336 opioid-related deaths in Minnesota. That's 6 times higher than the death rate back in 2000. Yesterday, the DEA sponsored a pill collection drive at the Hennepin County Sheriff's Department. The goal to collect 5,000 pills. Among those who spoke, U.S. Attorney Andy Lugar.
Those of us in law enforcement who have looked into the eyes of the mothers and fathers who have lost a child to opioid or heroin addiction and abuse have dedicated ourselves to turning this problem around.
Since 2011, the local Steve Rummler Hope Foundation has been dedicated to raising hope and awareness about opioid addiction. The foundation was founded after Steve Rummler died. He was a successful Twin Cities financial analyst and musician who died in 2011 after an overdose. And joining us to talk about these efforts is Lexi Reed Holtum, who was Steve Rummler's fiancée and also is the executive director of the foundation. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All right, first, tell us about Steve and his descent into addiction with opioids.
Steve had a back injury that led him to be prescribed opioids to treat his pain. It was never really very effective, but gave him something that he bought into as a solution, even though it wasn't very effective. And after years of taking them, he developed a very large addiction to them and sought out treatment through Mayo and through Hazelden and Betty Ford for his addiction.
All right. And you have done so much outreach. We have a link on our website to your website. You've got a big event for the 5th year with the Minnesota Twins to promote awareness and education. Let me ask you, we don't know officially yet how Prince died, but certainly there has been so much discussion about this, so many reports linking him to potentially having some kind of an opioid issue. What impact do you think just this discussion itself is having?
I believe that it's creating a level of awareness that I hope we'll see foster greater solutions. We know what the solutions are. We know that we need to change prescribers' habits through prescriber education. Most doctors, if they're lucky, get about half a day's worth of training on addiction and chronic pain. And we know that every single doctor's office has citizens in it, clients in it, that have both addiction and chronic pain. So we hope that if this is related, if this is the cause of his death, that it brings enough awareness to change prescribing habits, that it also brings enough awareness to create solutions to the opioid overdose epidemic of death, and that we create some better legislation around how we handle these issues.
All right. I know that you felt that there was sort of a misrepresentation in that news conference the day after Prince's death about who was qualified, who could actually use Narcan or distribute Narcan, which is sort of the safe shot. And you say it's anybody, and you've actually brought some examples.
Right, right. So I believe in the press release that it was said that only first responders can utilize naloxone, otherwise known as Narcan, to save a life. That is absolutely untrue. Every single citizen in Minnesota can carry naloxone in a variety of forms, in the auto-injector or in the intermuscular or in the nasal form, to use on a person that they think, even if they don't know that person, to use on a person that they think has potentially overdosed on an opioid.
Okay, so even somebody like me, no medical training, I could get it. You actually have passed out doses of Narcan working with a physician. You do need a prescription for it, right?
Correct, correct. So there's a number of ways that you can get naloxone. One is every prescriber in Minnesota can prescribe third party, so you can go to your doctor and ask for this prescription, and your doctor can prescribe it to you for you to use on someone else. You can also come to the Steve Rummler Hope Foundation. We have trainings that we hold all over the place. We also partner with a variety of hospitals across our state to give them these kits that they then give out of their emergency departments.
And a lot of your outreach is directed at physicians.
Correct.
Because you've told me that some people, the second they take that first pill, they're addicted.
Right,
All right.
right.
What do physicians need to know, and how big a problem is that?
Well, I think in general what physicians and lay people, citizens, need to understand is that when you take a prescription opioid, and in Minnesota some 97,000 prescriptions for hydrocodone combination products, which would be Percocet or Vicodin, were prescribed in March alone. So what you need to know as a doctor and as a person who's using these painkillers is that it is the same thing as taking street heroin.
Molecularly.
Molecularly, oxycodone is 2 carbon molecules different than street heroin. What happens in your body, in your brain, and in your body physiologically is exactly the same thing if you take heroin or a pain pill.
And you're saying that some people are more predisposed to this, wired that way.
Correct. So we believe it to be true that addiction is a brain disease, and so some people have a higher risk than others, but we have to, as a society, really create solutions where we treat everybody as a potential for being addicted to these medications.
Well, thank you so much, and we do have a link on our website.